Hey y'all, it's Michelle here with Magnolia Grove Homestead. I wanted to come to you today and just do an official first garden tour. It is super sunny out here. Today is the 5th of May. Happy Cinco de Mayo! Happy great reason to eat a taco day. Although I don't really need a reason to eat tacos, I love them. So I just wanted to walk y'all around and let you see kind of what I've got going on out here. I'm still not completely done with all the structures that I want to get up initially for this year, or at least for this first part of the season. But I'm close enough that I feel comfortable in saying this is officially, we are ready for our first garden tour. Let's take a look and let's watch how things grow out here. So I'll take you over to the last garden bed that we built, and just kind of show you what I got going on over here. Y'all, it is windy. It's going to rain tonight, so I'm hoping that doesn't mess up this video that much, but I can't control the wind. But here is this bed. This is my newest bed that my hubby built for me, and as y'all can see, I've got bamboo stakes up here. So I went through and I measured out where I needed to put my tomatoes, and I started, I think there's like 20 tomatoes out here or something, just in this bed. I also wanted to make sure that I had the spaces marked for where my trellis is going to be, that's going to go over to the other bed. I haven't gotten to that point yet, but hopefully this weekend we'll get that in. Right here, I moved my lettuce buckets out here out back with all the rest of my food stuff that I'm growing, just so that it's easier to access, and that way I have it out here with everything else. It's starting to get hot here, and so I'm not expecting this lettuce to do a whole lot the rest of the season. And I actually, when it gets really hot, I actually might take it out and switch it. But I'll just take y'all around and let you see. So I've got 4 Roma tomatoes here that I bought from the local nursery. They're not looking that great yet. They're probably really thirsty. It's been hot, it's been windy. I haven't fertilized out here or anything. I just put them in over the weekend and kind of let them do their thing. But this tomato is trying to grow babies already, and I don't want this tomato plant to start putting its energy into making babies yet. So I just want these roots to get really developed and these plants to get good and healthy. Right here I've got 2 sun gold tomatoes, and then here are 4 Cherokee purples, and then right here in these buckets I've got potatoes planted. And these are just, y'all, my potatoes, I don't know, these are ones that I bought from the store, and they started chitting, so I just brought them out here and put them in dirt. And then over here is where, on this end, I'm going to have a trellis going across to the other bed. So I've got these 2 Armenian yard-long cucumber starts that I started, from seed. And I want to put them on a trellis most definitely, because those cucumbers are supposed to get pretty big. I've also got Early Fortune and a lemon cucumber start over here, and I know they all can't go on the same trellis, so I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put them, but for now I'll let them be out here with everything else. Right here are my flowers. I have no idea where I'm going to put these, but they're so gorgeous, they're going to find a home soon. I've got zinnias and sunflowers, several different varieties, and look, there's a San Marzano tomato starting to come up finally, which is kind of funny because I had almost given up hope for that little pot of seeds right there. Right here, these 4 tomatoes on the end are black Krim, and then these 2 right here are Mr. Stripey tomatoes. I've never tried them, heard of them, nothing. I don't know anything about them, but I figured I'd try them. I bought them at the nursery. So we're going to give those a go. And I told y'all that my daughter killed my big German Johnson tomato, but that's okay because I went back and got 4 more that I put in the bed. This guy right here, he might get taken out if he don't start perking up, which is fine because I have way too many tomatoes. So I got to find home for all these guys. I think I'm going to just take them and give them around to family and whatnot. Y'all, I need you to see this though. These I'm going to put into pots. I've got little pots for them. These are those orange hat tomatoes I told y'all about that I started from seed with Baker Creek. And the biggest they will get is 6 inches tall. Those are going to be great for people like my in-laws. You know, they don't really garden a whole lot. They don't have a lot of space. But anybody can put a little flower pot somewhere. And so I'm going to give those away to them. I'm glad they all came up. Every single one, I planted 10 seeds and they all germinated. So I've got 10 little pots that I've already filled with some soil mix. And I'm going to go around this weekend and hand out stuff. I bought way too many tomatoes and I knew I would. But I got really excited. Some of the varieties that I started from seed just didn't make it between the whole transition between being in the house under the grow lights, out from under the grow lights, being hardened off, making it out here to the garden. Like, it just took too much time and I couldn't keep them healthy enough, I think, and they just didn't make it. So, I mean, it's not too late. I can always start certain things, and they may not produce as much as they would if I had started them earlier, but that's fine. I'm thinking a few other places I've got that I can start some different stuff in. But here in the other bed that y'all have been following along with, I went and bought some dill. I'm thinking about putting it there. I'm not real sure. It don't look that great. I got it from this plant store, but I don't know. These are all my onions that I'm thinking about going ahead and taking a look. So I'm thinking about going ahead and getting my onions out of here. I think just with the heat, it's just too much. This is the arugula, which is doing great. It looks like it's starting to bolt though, which is not uncommon. Yeah. I mean, it's just getting hot. So leafy stuff like that doesn't need to be out in the sun. And this part of this bed is out in the direct sun all day long, so it's way too hot for it. Then this is the purple kale. That stuff is good. I chopped it up in my eggs the other morning. It was so good. I ripped out all the dino kale because the bugs and stuff were they were turning it into lace. Like, they only went after that kale, and it was crazy to me, but I just had like sticks with lace. So I took all that out. That's just not gonna work for us. These are all cabbages. We're going to go over to the other side of the bed here in a minute. I grabbed some pepper plants, and then my little pepper starts that I had already. Lilac bell peppers, sweet chocolate peppers. We've got California Wonder red bell pepper, banana peppers. I did not start any seeds, so I went and bought some at Lowe's because my 17-year-old loves him some banana peppers on his pizza. And then these I bought from the local little garden center that I tell y'all about. This is squash and zucchini starts that they were selling, and so I figured I'd just go ahead and grab some started plants because I didn't have any. Look at my spinach. Look how big that stuff is, y'all. It's so good. I got me some, and I love putting spinach in like my breakfast and stuff, not just salads, but I love cooked spinach. And look at my marigolds. I come out here every so often and the little bees are just all over these little flowers, and it's so cute, and it keeps them away from me. They don't even pay me no mind. So I'm happy we can coexist like that because I am not a bee fan. Over here with my little pea thing now, it is starting to be dreamy. It still has a little bit to go, but it is starting to transform into exactly what I thought it would. So here's all my little peas. These are the magnolia peas, and And then over here, look at these, y'all. Look at these peas, y'all. They are starting to flower. Hello. Y'all say hey to my pretty peas. Look. And then we move from the peas over to the kohlrabi. Look at that. I think those roots, or whatever that is called, I just really don't know. The stem is gorgeous. I think that's so cool the way it grows out. But they're doing good. I've never tried it before, so it's an experience for me, and I'm excited about it. These are my early Wakefield cabbages, and look at this. I have little cabbage heads. I've never had heads of cabbage before. That needs to be treated with some diatomaceous earth. Usually, look at that. Y'all see all that poop in there? These critters are eating my stuff. I just treated it with diatomaceous earth, but we've had storms and showers like every night. But this thing that I'm fixing to show y'all is the highlight of my garden season this year. Like, if nothing else grows good, I think I can be okay with that. Because what I'm fixing to show you has never, ever, 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 ever happened to me ever before. I've never been able to do this, and I'm so proud of them. I can't wait to harvest them and eat them. And take pictures and put it on Instagram and Facebook and all this stuff. Oh, I'm so excited. So, without further ado, drum roll. Look at the broccoli! These heads of broccoli are huge. Look at that. I mean, look how big that is compared to my hand. That's huge. I'm so proud of these broccolis. Man, they did so good. This guy's still small compared to the rest, but still, that's better than I've ever had before. I'm still happy about it. The broccolini, now, I don't know. I only did this one plant because I've never tried to grow this before, and I wasn't sure how it would do or what to expect. So as soon as we had a hot day, like 75 or 80 degrees, I think it was, this thing bolted. So that's fine. I'm gonna let it go and try to keep the seeds from it for next year. I have harvested some, but it doesn't yield a whole lot. So I think if I grow it again next year, I'm gonna have to grow a lot more, because these little, so you can see where I harvested there, these little stalks are good, but there's 6 of us here and they just don't make a whole lot. So maybe I can grow more next year. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And then over here, I have my green stalks, and they need to be fertilized. I haven't fertilized them this week because it just keeps raining, so I haven't come out here and water anything. But not tonight, probably tomorrow. They're not calling for rain tomorrow. I'll probably stick some fertilizer in there tomorrow. But this is like my favorite thing ever. If I could have a yard full of green stalk planters, I think I'd do it. I really do. These things are awesome. I've been telling everybody about them. They are almost zero maintenance. Container gardening, don't take up a lot of space. I got so much food growing. Everything's doing good. Everything's getting watered and like it needs to. Oh my gosh, they're awesome. I'm so impressed with green stalk. If you guys decide to order yours, don't forget to use my coupon code MAGGROVE. That will get you $10 off your order. And if you want to just follow along and subscribe to my channel and watch how these things go this year before you make that investment, that's totally fine too. But I'm telling you, If you order them, you will not be disappointed. You won't. I haven't found a single thing to complain about. So this is the 5-tier planter that we start. Look at that tomato plant, y'all. I'm gonna have to like stake these things up. They have little rings with green stock that you can clip around the layers to help with your tomato plants. I might just run some stakes up them this year just to see how it goes. But look at these. Oh, that sucker needs to come out. Look at these tomato plants though. They're massive. And if this planter wasn't watering all the way to the bottom evenly, these tomato plants would not be doing that good. But they're doing great. So I know for a fact that this planter is doing what it's supposed to be doing. And one layer up, we have strawberries. Look. Look at those little babies. There are little strawberry babies everywhere. Some of them are starting to turn pink, so that's cool. This layer is beans. There's lima beans and, here you go, Henderson bush lima beans. And then there's green stalks, pack of green beans that they sent me too. And then up here, here's my pepper, California Wonder Red Bell Pepper. That's the one that I bought from that plant store that I wasn't that happy about. But the plant itself has some little spots on the leaves and stuff. I don't know, it may just need nutrition. I don't know. Or it may have burnt some leaves. I don't know. And it's not dead, so I guess it's doing good. But we got a little sprout in here. So my seeds are finally starting to sprout. Look at that. Sweet chocolate pepper. So that must be what those are. Up here, I've got some more beans. This is the lemon cucumber that I'd started. Here's some more lima bean. Look, ain't that so cool? I love seeing these little plants when they first start sprouting. It's like you just want to sing happy birthday to them or something. Hey, look at these strawberries. I didn't see these. Look. These tomato plants though, man. They're huge. He needs a support. Oh, he's got a little spider. Hello, friend. Do you want to make your big debut? You'll see that. I don't even know if you can see him in the camera. Alright. This is awesome. I'm very, very, very happy with the green stalks. We'll skip over to the leaf green stalk real quick, and then I'll talk to you about my cinder block bed. So in the 7-tier leaf planter, y'all know the difference is the depth of the cups that the plants grow in. So the 5-tier has deeper cups, and it's really, you can put anything in there, but I would rather put my things that need a deeper root system in there. And then the leaf planter, you know, it's great for leafy greens, herbs, things like that that don't need a really deep root system. And so this thing is doing great. Y'all look. Y'all just look at all that green stuff. I'm gonna back up so you can take in the beauty of this thing. I mean, how gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. And it is full of food that I grew myself. There's a ton of spinach in here that I grew. And then there's also like this oregano. Look how pretty that is. I've got chamomile. I mean, it's just doing so good. Here is the curled leaf parsley. I mean, look how green. Like, there is no nutrition problem. There is no water problem. No signs of anything wrong with this stuff. Look at, there's my chives. And up here we've got rainbow chard. I mean, I'm just so happy that I did this. Here is the flat leaf parsley. Now I've got more parsley planted up front in the kiddie pool, and it's doing good too. But it is nice to have all your herbs and things that you use typically together in one planter. I will say that the convenience of cooking with this stuff, look, there's my beets that are coming up, is definitely enhanced. Here's a little basil. It's starting to grow out some. It's not doing that great, but it's probably not getting a ton of sun because I feel like I keep turning it the wrong way all the time. Alright, there's more chamomile, and then here is some dill that's doing better. So y'all seen that other dill that was in the garden bed, and it's not doing anything, and it looks like it's half dead. This dill was bought at the same time and put over here at the same time I put that out there, and this is doing great. So, I am very much convinced that this was a wise investment. But I need to show y'all my favorite thing in this green stalk. My favorite thing. It's a food, but I won't probably ever eat it because it's so pretty. Y'all look at this. Variegated sage. Y'all cannot tell me that is not one of the most gorgeous plants. Oh man, and it smells so good. Oh, I love it. Love it. And then over here in my cinder block garden, I guess that's what we'll call it, I don't know. I have potatoes and okra and corn. But y'all need to look at this. Like, this thing is doing good. Look. So all these potatoes here are from the ones that were in the 5-gallon buckets that they are outgrowing. And for obvious reason. Down here, I have some okra starts, and a couple of them didn't take off. Not real sure why. Other okra seeds that I wanted to plant anyway. That is these Jing Orange okra that I got the seeds from Baker Creek. I'm going to plop some of those seeds down in there in the little places that didn't take off so good. And we'll see how they go. And then on this side, on the back side, me and the boys came out and we started some corn. Obviously the boys were helping me because that's way too much corn for one little block. It's okay though. They're all starting to come up, so that's going to be cool. I thought it'd be neat to have this little bed and then like on the back side of it against the fence to have these big corn stalks. I thought that'd be really cool. And I mean, other than that, oh, these flies. I've got these beets here. That's my bucket of beets. And they're real thick. I'm probably going to harvest some of those greens and try to clear some of this out so that the actual beets can grow better. And then over here on this side of the garden bed, I've got this chocolate mint, which that stuff smells so cool. So one of my friends from the homeschool group, she gave me that. She ripped some of it out of her garden bed and sent a big old patch over here for me. And mint, from what I understand, can be very invasive. It can kind of be a bully in a garden. And so I put it in its own pot, and that's where it's always going to be. And it was kind of puny in the beginning, and I think that was just from transplanting, but it's doing so good. And then These, look at all these carrots, y'all. I have become very much obsessed with growing carrots. I don't know about y'all, but I think it's the funnest thing to come out and be able to harvest something that you can't see. Like, you can see a tomato or a cucumber or whatever on the vine, and you can harvest that fruit. But the carrots, the root vegetables, radishes, things like that, it's always a surprise. You never know what they're going to look like, how they're going to be shaped, how big they're going to be. So they're really fun. Just it's like Christmas in the garden, y'all. So over here by the chicken coop, y'all, my yard's a mess. We've been working. We're almost done with a lot of things, but we're not done yet. Does that sound familiar? I have got a couple of these Candyland tomato plants, and then that one is the yellow pear tomato plant. I just put them in buckets because I don't have room in the garden for them at the moment. I may move them over to where the broccoli is when I harvest all that. But we'll see, because I don't have anything to like trellis them on either. But they make small fruits, so I don't think that they'll need that much. So we'll see. And then we've been working on the coop. Let me take y'all around and I'll show you my progress on my chicken coop here. It's still a mess. But so far, this is what we got, y'all. We have to finish the wiring around the back, and then the chickens will be moved out to their new home. I haven't painted some of these boards, but I'm not stressing about it. It will get done when it gets done. But I just wanted to bring y'all out to the garden and let you see what we've got going, what we've got growing, and brag on my broccoli. And let you know that my tomatoes are officially planted. I appreciate y'all coming by and checking out my channel and seeing what we've got going on this first week of our official garden tour. If y'all decide to get the Greenstock Planters, that is the only company so far that I am affiliated with. And again, my code is MAGGROVE. If y'all have any questions, tips, tricks, anything that you've seen in here that you're like, hey girl, you need to do this different or whatever, drop it in the comments. Go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel, and hit that little notification bell so that you don't miss when I post my next video. And until week 2, I will see y'all later. Y'all have a good day. God bless. Hey y'all, it's me again. I almost made a boo-boo. So I wasn't going to bring you up front just because I don't have a whole lot going on. I'm still working on getting everything done and planted and whatnot. But I just want to show you around a few things because I had showed y'all a mystery plant before on another video and I didn't know what it was, and I put it on Instagram. They gave me some ideas of what it could be, and it has since then turned into this amazing, beautiful thing that I've never seen before in my life, but I'm so glad I have it. So I'll start you out letting you know just a few things that I've got up here that I have not transplanted out of pots yet. The first being my gardenia. So when I was a little girl, my great grandma, every time we drove up her driveway, there was the most amazing smell of flowers that I have ever smelled in my life. Very, very similar to a magnolia, if you've ever smelled magnolias. But anyway, I found out from my grandma that it was gardenias, not magnolias. And so I was like, well, I can put one of those out here, no problem. So while my hubby was at work, I went and bought me a gardenia. This cactus thing was already here, but I'm not real sure. I don't know much about it. I know that it will bite back. That is about all I know, but I just noticed. What is that? It's like putting off some kind of thing. I don't know what this is. And I don't know if this is cactus or weed or, I mean, what are these things? I don't know what this stuff is. I guess maybe that's the joys of moving into a new property where you didn't start from scratch and there was all your stuff here that you just don't know about. But I don't know what that is. I know that cactus thing will poke you. Like, it's mean. So there's that. Up here on my front porch, I had them hanging, but the wind has been blowing so much I had to take them down. Actually, Fernando took himself down. I went and got me a couple of ferns to hang up here on the front porch because, you know, that's what we do in the South. But, the wind was blowing one day and I got back home and Fernando was laid out across the porch. So my husband repotted him, and I'm just going to wait until some of these storms go by before I try to hang him back up. Right here, y'all see that? This is the last remaining dino kale, and it is turning into, hello Mr. Wasp, you can have it. It is turning into food for the critters, so that's fine. I think this is a mum. I can't really remember. There's more beets. These are these little cedar trees that me and my husband planted. And look at them little purple flowers. They're so cute. If y'all have never done this before, I'm going to need you to go to Lowe's. And I'm going to need you to just go find this. Lamb's ears. And if you need some therapy, just do this. I mean, these leaves are so cool. It's so fun just to play with them. Here is a rose bush. This thing is wild and crazy and going everywhere. But it's blooming, which is fun to see. That thing is a mess though. This right here is going to be my hydrangea. I don't know what color the flowers will be yet. It just depends on the soil. They change color depending on the pH of the soil. So we'll see what color it turns out to be when it starts blooming. These right here are my mama's irises, and they're just so dang tall and heavy. I need to like find some kind of little trellis or something to stake them up on or something, because they're just laid all out across the bed up here because they're just so heavy their stems can't support their weight, but they are gorgeous. I'm going to keep that mystery plant a secret for a few more minutes. So, I haven't cut down my fish trees yet, aka Bradford pear trees. I'm still not convinced that I want to keep them here, but hey, whatever. The birds like them. Right here in the kiddie pool thing, I have, my lavender, rosemary. That parsley, y'all, look at all that parsley. There's so much right there. And then we're going to rework this whole entire bed up here because it's just got a little bit of everything going a little bit everywhere. But if y'all remember, I don't know, it was probably a few weeks ago, I put out a video and I was like, what is this plant? I couldn't figure out what it was. I know that in the fall last year, we came by and it had these little, like, they almost look like peanuts or coffee beans or something, little pods on the stems, but there were no flowers, nothing like that. I didn't know what it was. And I put it on my Instagram account, and a lot of people said, it's this, it's this, it's this. And this thing has turned into one of the most, it's just mesmerizing. Like, I could just stand here and look at these flowers blow around in the breeze. Like, it's almost therapeutic. It is so cool. So, this is the mystery plant. It's blue indigo. So what happens is, right before spring, all the like dried up limbs kind of break off. Literally, we had a heavy wind, and all the limbs had fallen on the ground right here. And I was like, oh no, this thing just killed itself. But actually, it pruned itself. That's the best way I can describe it. I didn't know what to do with it, so it was like, here lady, this is what you need to do. But if y'all see this, these tall stalks, I mean, they're not like bloomy type flowers. They don't really bloom out. They're kind of pointy. I don't know, they may bloom out eventually. I don't really know anything about it. But at the moment, I don't even care, because that is just so dreamy to stand here and look at this thing blowing around. It is huge. Huge. And absolutely gorgeous. I am so glad that the previous owner of this house left that here, because it is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. But anyway, I just had to show y'all that. I could not end this video without showing y'all what that mystery plant was and what it has turned into be. But I will see y'all back here at least next week for another garden tour. Until then, just go ahead, like, subscribe, click that little bell so that you don't miss any videos that I might put up. I've got a few things on the mind, but I don't have a lot of time. So until I see y'all next week, have a good day. God bless.